Hey there, and happy Friday. I can't believe it's Friday already. I hope you guys have had a good week and have weekend plans to make your weekend special. I'm just going to put my light down. I just feel like I get such a glare on my glasses, and I don't know if it's just me here or what, and it could be just the outside light too. So I have a new hostess today, and I'm kicking off her party today. So my hostess, Sarah, I've been chatting quite a bit with her this week through Facebook Messenger. I mean, like, that's the way we do things now, is email, text, and all that kind of stuff. But I feel really connected lately because I've been talking that way with so many of you. Hey there, Lisa. Hi, Pam. Hi, Marie. And so it's just been fun to still feel connected that way. Hi, Ginger. And so in one of the conversations, my hostess, Sarah, had given me like a list. She's like, these are the things I want. My list is so long. She's not alone. I'm sure all of you can relate to exactly that. So so what I did is I went back to her list as I was preparing for my party, and last night I kind of looked over it again, and then I woke up this morning and went, okay, everything's kind of out the window, because one of my fellow demonstrator friends, Mary Nabe, she had the cutest, sweetest card today, and I'm like, I want to copy that as close as I can. And it's with the Home and Heart bundle and suite of products, and I had all the stuff on hand, which was fun. And it was also a bundle that my hostess had on her wish list, so I'm like, this is perfect. And it's also products that I got to have way back in November as like a sneak peek during one of Stampin' Up's conferences, and they did some videos, and then we could stamp with them different cards using these products. And what was fun about that is these were products that originally, if I were to go through the whole catalog, I maybe wouldn't have put these top of my list, but we didn't have a catalog, and Stampin' Up just said, hey, these are the products you're going to need for the stamp along. So I bought them all knowing like nothing's going to be bad, right? And came to love them. So it's kind of fun how that can happen. Like, I'm so glad I got these, because maybe I wouldn't have, and now I can't wait to use them. And then I just kind of keep adding different things that I didn't have originally once the catalog came to the suite of products, so I can keep playing with it and having fun and showing you all of my ideas that I have going forward with that. Hey there, Francis. Hi, Barb. So it looks like quite a few of you are on here, and I was just gonna quick get my iPad going too, so that if you guys have questions and things like that too, then I love being able to answer them live, just in case other people have those same questions too. So let me, you know what? I didn't even show you the card yet. Usually I should start out my video with the card. I was that excited to tell you about it and didn't even go forward from there. So here is today's card, guys. Let me get the light on there, from the Home and Heart bundle. Hi there, Tori from Florida. You made it. Yay, yay. I want to go to Florida this year. Like, seriously, I want to have that be my goal. While it's still cold and winter here in Minnesota. Okay, so here's that fun Home and Heart bundle, and sometimes that's why I like to show you the card while I'm talking to you, because sometimes you go Home and Heart bundle and everything's new. Where is that? What is that? And then you see the card and go, oh yeah, I've looked at that in the catalog, or I know exactly now what you're talking about. Yes, so all of you guys, I'm going to ooh and ah with you, because this card is beautiful, just like Florida. That's why I want to go there. And like I said, when I saw this copied, I was like, oh my goodness, this is great. And then I went to her blog to get just a few more specifics. I didn't copy it as exact, but pretty exact. But what I thought was kind of fun is that I would have put this background as black because of the way it was photographed. And so it'll make me kind of curious when I get to that point, or maybe even in the video, if this basic gray background here looks darker than it really is. So I'm playing a lot with basic gray, but her photos made it look like black, but boy, did that look really pretty when I thought it was in black too. So where this is coming from is the mini catalog here, the new mini catalog. If you open that up to pages 58 and 59, you'll see all this fun stuff. So yeah, originally I kind of had like the ribbon and the dots and this bundle, and then I added the beehive or hexagon embossing folder, some doilies, bought more of the matte dots because I'll go through those in a heartbeat, bought more of the paper. I bought that originally for the conference, and now I've invested in these note cards and want to do fun things for you with those too. And then if you just flip to the next 2 pages, you can see this suite of products is made up of 2 different bundles. So this is the bundle I'm using today, is on page 60, and the other bundle that's included in the suite is one that I don't have yet. And that's also part of the suite too, and they coordinate so well together. And a lot of people are loving this one too, because they love the bees, and a lot of my crafters are bee lovers too. So hello there, Kim. Today we've switched gears. It was just your party, and now we have the new hostess, but I'm glad you're on here. Thanks so much for popping in. This is my color combination today. So basic gray, fresh freesia, and white. So just kind of that pop of kind of the pink purple color, which is such a fresh color. I wasn't sure what I thought of it at first as an in color, and I've really used it a lot. So that's kind of fun. So that's my color combination here as I put together this card for you. I think what I'm going to do first is just take a piece of basic white cardstock here and use my Memento pad. And I'm going to ink up my I don't know, bouquet of flowers there, I guess you'd call it. And because it's a little bit larger image, I flip that over, and then I'm going to ink this right up like so. That way I have a good idea by looking if I've got enough ink on there. Or if there's any place I need to add a little bit more. So I'm just going to press that down. And it kind of, if you stamp yours out or have this, it has kind of a, like a softer look. It's not going to be bold and black, and you're going to be like, did I get all that? But then the more you look, it's just the way the stamp is supposed to be. So the images on here have little breaks within, you know, the flowers and the leaves and different things, and that is on purpose. And then the artist sketching is really light for the center of the flower too, which I think we all like that soft look, and that's how they achieved it. So nothing wrong with a stamp. It's just one of those that sometimes when we go from one image that we've been working with, and then it gets soft, we go, uh-oh, but it's not really an uh-oh. And then I'm just going to put this aside, but before I forget, there's a lot of nice sentiments. So we can get through anything together. So great. What a beautiful day for love. So you could make this for wedding or anniversary. There's thank you in there, and birthday too. And I'm going to make this be a birthday card today. But you guys know me. I love stamp sets that have different sentiments to make it really stretch and be able to use for so many things. And then the other part of the bundle is the Flowers of Home dies. So I'm going to use this to cut out what I just stamped, and then later I'm going to use these little 2 pieces for swag. But the rest of the dies in here are that larger floral image and more little pieces of swag and flowers, and a large piece of swag there too. So it's kind of fun to see all those little pieces and how they can come together. And at the Stampin' event that I was talking about, I took pictures of this a while back in November, but this is the same suite of products, and I love bringing this back to you so you can go, oh my goodness, yeah, I remember seeing that on your Facebook post during the conference, and it looks so different, but the same products. And then I have this one too that we put together, same products, and then this is that bigger floral image there, same suite of products too. So it's just kind of fun to see how different everything can look. And I just had those still laying here, and I'm like, I'm just gonna plop those in my video so you can kind of get a better idea. So it's always nice to have more ideas. All right, I'm just gonna put that die right on top of my floral bouquet there. And then as long as I have my cut and emboss machine out, then I'm going to take just this strip of basic gray here and put that down, and there, run that through with these 2 little swags, and then I'll be done die cutting, and then I'll have my workspace back, and we're gonna do coloring. So Pam's on here. Pam loves, she could just sit and watch me color all day. Maybe not, but she always makes it seem that way, and I love that because I never used to be like a coloring queen at all. Tori's on here. She is the coloring queen, and it's just fun to just sit, especially it's kind of chilly again today, blustery here, and just kind of a good day to sit with some some markers and color away. So these are the two pieces here that I'm using for swag pieces that I cut out. And a lot of times on these, I used to be like pick, pick, poke, poke, get all those things out. Now I kind of like the look of some left in and some left out. It just kind of is a neat little look. So I'm going to put these dies aside and my machine aside, and then we're ready to go. Oh, before I sit down and color, because this one is a little bit more intense for coloring. So for those that like quick and easy, this might be a little bit too much. But before I sit on my chair, I had the Designer Series paper here to show you because it's so pretty. So these are the two sheets that I'm showing you today in the cards. This is the back side of those. But so yeah, you kind of see there's some main 6 colors. 1 are patterns, 2 and 3. And then this is kind of almost Dutchy. 4 with that blue. And then 5 with the bees. And there should be a 6th one here with kind of just a light. So those of you that love vintage and the florals, this is perfect. And now when I flip all of these over, you can see they have that just fun kind of almost a farmhouse gray pattern look. So lots of like hardwood and just different basic gray patterns on there too. So some of you might go, that's kind of boring. Some of you might go, oh, that is perfect. I could use just the back sides of that paper package every single day because that is so in. But let me put this front and center, and I'm going to get this closer. First time viewer. Oh, thank you, Diana. It's good to have you on here. Yes. Thanks to Kay for sharing. She is so good at sharing like all the time. So I'm glad that you were able to connect and find me and see me even while I'm live. Okay, so hopefully I stay within the camera here. Sometimes I get so carried away coloring that I kind of forget to look in the camera to make sure that I'm still in there. Okay, so I just want to separate my blends a little bit because they're very similar in color. So this is Highland Heather, and whoops, I'm just gonna back up my iPad a little bit here. There we go. So I've got Highland Heather here, just jade for my green, and then the other purplish color here is that fresh freesia. I'm going to start with the Highland Heather first. Because that's only going to be for the centers of the flowers. So I'm choosing my dark, please say this is the dark, yep, dark fresh freesia. And I'm just going to kind of go in the centers. Oh, actually, yeah, as I read it, I want Highland Heather. Okay, this is truly live. The light Highland Heather, dark Highland Heather. Here we go. That's the other thing I like about the blends. You just kind of color over it. Just kind of color over it, and it'll be just fine. So just making, oh my goodness, guys, light fresh freesia. I mixed them all up. Dark Highland Heather, light. Here we go. Take 3. Okay. They're still blends though, so we can still color over it. Okay, this is my dark Highland Heather, and this is the color I thought it was going to be the first time. So I'm just kind of going over the centers of the flowers. There's 2 big flowers here, and just the centers, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 little tiny flowers there. So just a little scribble. That's all I'm doing is a little scribble there. And then I'm going to take my light Highland Heather, which now I know that for sure is it. And I just kind of color over top that center and kind of scribble out towards the edges there. And I just kind of scribble in a circle there and just add a little bit of color. Like I'm going to even hold this up so you can see how I almost just kind of scribble around those circles there. Nothing too perfect. Now I'll switch to dark fresh freesia. These 2 colors complement each other perfect. And I'm just going to go around the petals with these, and then I just kind of do that, you know, those little hash marks or with that, just to kind of go over where the artist put extra little pieces of their artistry to make it look darker and give the flower some shading there. So this is where people like Carol that are watching are like, yep, I'm out. Belle could make me that card, but I'm not going to sit down and do that coloring because that's not my style. Other people I have in mind are going to be like, oh my goodness, I could sit and color that all day long. and just pop in a movie, give me some hot cocoa, and I am set. So this is still the dark fresh freesia. I'm just kind of hitting some of the tips of these smaller flowers down there. And then, oh yes, Pam, you're so sweet to say, yep, she's loving her coloring lesson time. Okay, now this is the light fresh freesia. So now I just kind of go over top everything that I have done with those hash marks and just fill in. And I get really close and kind of color over the outlines just to give that a nice blended look, so it doesn't look like there's visible lines. It's just going to look nice and blended. And then I just fill in all these tiny little flowers, these 5 little ones down here to make them look more individual instead of those scribbles that I started out with. And even though this might be a little bit more time consuming, it's amazing how now we have 5 individual little flowers and 2 of the other ones. And actually I'm going to go back over my my center of with the light Highland Heather, because I just want to really make sure that that has a darker feel and look to those bigger ones, so that the center stand out a little bit more from the leaves. And then I'm going to go with my dark Just Jade, and I'm not going to actually outline my leaves like I normally would. I'm just going to go kind of close to the flower and kind of do these little hash marky looking things here again, and with the dark Just Jade, and then the light's gonna be the thing that's gonna kind of just get the tips and the rest of the flower there too. And with my dark, I'm gonna try and stay in the line, so Sarah or anybody else getting this card that's ordering through her party will have a card that looks like it's from me, not my grandson who's 4 and was on the other night on my video. So, oops, here we've got a little bit up here. And that's what I love about these blends. You can just kind of dot and make little lines, and then with the dark, and then I'm just going to fill in all those little white spots, the rest of it with my light Just Jade. Hi there, Carla. Good to have you on here. Okay, so we're almost done coloring in, and I'm going to just fill in all of that. Okay, this is my, I don't have any Jeopardy music as I fill in the rest. I will say yesterday I was off from doing videos. I had a great day yesterday. My youngest son, we had a doctor appointment for fitting his knee brace to play football after having his ACL surgery and such. And then we did some shopping and errands. And even though it was such a cold day, it was just fun to get out and do that and spend some one-on-one time with him. And I was glad that I didn't feel rushed to come home and put together a video. I'm glad I thought, you know what, Belle, just enjoy the day, and there'll be tomorrow for a video, which is today. And so that was fun to spend some time with him before he goes back to college soon. So, all right, now with that little segue, got all my greens colored in. Okay, so I'm gonna set my markers aside, and here we have it, just you know, bright but still soft. And so sometimes when I look at some of the colors, I'm like, okay, that's a lot of bright green and purples and such. Hi there, Lois. But then once we kind of put it on this soft background, it just really softens it up, and then it's like the perfect pairing there. So now I'm gonna stand up and get my camera back out to an angle that's easier for you to see as I finish putting the whole card together. The only other stamping besides the inside is going to be our sentiment. So I think I'm going to do that right away. And that's with my basic gray ink pad here. And I just have this, 1/2-inch strip of basic white. And I just have this long strip because, excuse me, everybody knows if you have these long skinny sentiments like this one that says have a happy birthday, chances are you're not going to probably get it stamped and perfectly lined up and not have it crooked the first time. Oh, but look at that. Maybe there we go. Well, I did, you know, make the card just not too long ago, but it's always fun to have that turn out right the first time. So I'm just going to set that aside until I'm ready to work with it. I'm just going to give it a little snip here. There. Okay, so that's going to get set aside while I put together the rest of the card. So the card base here is basic gray, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, folded that way. And then this is that fresh freesia pattern of florals and kind of a fun background that we're going to put the adhesive on to get that taped down. So yeah, this piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Thanks, Pam. And just going to set that on there. And then these two pieces here, this is from that same packet, 3 by 4 inches. And then I'm matting that with more basic gray, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4 inches. And that's just going to go on the top. And I love cutting my designer series paper in 3 by 4 sections because that will give me an even amount in a 12 by 12 sheet. So I can make 12 of these pieces out of a sheet and not have any leftovers or any awkward sizing going on. And now this can go right on my card right away too. So I'm going to put that and center that on here. Okay, so before I put this on, I'm just going to kind of go, that's where that's going to go. And then I'm going to pull out those 2 little pieces that I die cut for my swag. And I'm just going to kind of tuck that because I want that to kind of go there. And this I'm actually just going to tear in half because we don't need to do 2 die cuts if I only need a little sprig of this and a little sprig of that. So with the second one, I don't want it to look torn. I just want to kind of take off that little edge so we have that little piece. And this I'm going to stick like here, and then this is going to kind of poke out here. And once I know where those little pieces are going to go, then I lift this off and leave that and hope it doesn't move. If it moves a little bit, it's okay. I'm just going to add some of my adhesive along the edges here for those basic gray pieces to stick onto, but I also want this popped up. So if the gray sticks to that, great, but I want the dimensionals kind of more on, whoops, on the inside. That's sticking to me. So I'm going to put about 4 of these dimensionals kind of here and there to get that to stick up like so. And you'll note I'm not doing anything for popping it up in the stem area, and that's going to be flat, but we're going to pop up the sentiment that's going to go in that same area so it doesn't get too bulky. So I have that, and then I'm just going to kind of place it down where it was and then kind of rearrange my floral pieces here like so, and this is going to go up here like so. And then we have that. So that's kind of how I cheat with eyeing things, is I do place it down and then I don't. And sometimes for like this piece up here, I don't like how loose it is. A lot of times I like the loose look of it having a free flow nature look. But I'm just gonna kind of stick a little glue dot behind part of that just so it doesn't get caught in the envelope either when you're putting it in to send it somewhere or taking it out for the sender. Hi there, Julie. Otherwise I'm going to leave these 2 because I know they're really secure and they're not popping up as much as that one was too. And now to have a perfect birthday, I'm going to get out the Banners Pick-a-Punch, and a lot of times I use this one, but today I'm going to use this one. And that's because when I saw Mary's little sample, I thought, oh, I like how it's the other one. Whoops, it's not in there. There we go. Needed to push it in a little bit further. So yeah, this gives you like the 3 different widths here. I'm on the smallest one, the 1/2 inch, but it also has the trays for the 3/4 and 1 inch to do that. And I'm just going to slide the other one all the way in and give that a little bit of a punch, and now we have those fun little edges to that there. I'm gonna get rid of these, and now this is ready to pop up. And because it's a long skinny piece, this is where I love using exactly this edging on here like so. So some of it might look like waste. I never think it's waste, so I'm training you guys never waste your edges of your dimensionals because they are perfect for just putting right across here like so. Have a happy birthday stamped out in the basic gray, and that's going to go right across the bottom of that swag, and I want to make sure that it kind of has the same amount showing on each edge of that matting of the basic gray there, like so. How fun is that? I think that just ties it all together for some reason in my mind, and I don't know why. And then for the embellishments, I love these new classic matte dots. And we've had some black ones that were really popular. So there's a few more black ones, and then basic gray. And then we've got some very vanilla and white, which are perfect colors for the suite of product. And so I'm just going to take from the basic gray section the largest. So there's one large and two small. So I'm just going to put a large one down here. And then the other two small ones are just going to kind of sit over here. So they're both like this is kind of framing and this is kind of framing the sentiment, and yet not taking away from the flower, but just adds a little something to the front of the card. And then for the inside, I'm just taking a 4 by 5 1/4, and I love the sentiment from that stamp set that says you are a real blessing to everyone around you. Love it. So that I'm just going to ink up with my basic gray too, get that centered up at the top. And that's all that I'm going to add for the inside of my card. So that's ready to stick down too. And then we will have Sarah's card pretty much put together. Ta-da! Here we've got that. Thank you, Julie. Thanks, Diana. Yeah, and so like, so Diana just said I need Get Well and Sympathy cards, and this would work perfect for that too. So yeah, when I saw this on my hostess's wish list, I'm like, I need to just do lots with this because there are so many different occasions that you could use for it. And it brings back a point here. I'm going to get the camera turned around. Stampin' Up! A while ago, we kind of questioned them, like every catalog we get more and more and more floral stamp sets. Ugh, my tripod needs to extend. There we go. And I thought they gave me such an interesting answer that I wanted to share it with you. Like this, you look at it and it's like, okay, there's flowers. And I look at Sarah's wish list too for her party, and it has a few different floral things. And she's like, do I need them all? And it kind of brought me back to Stampin' Up's answer one time when, as demonstrators, we said, how come every catalog there's more flowers? We get rid of flowers, we bring in more flowers, we retire flowers, there's more flowers. And their answer was flowers sell. People, customers love flowers. You guys love stamping with flowers, coloring flowers, using flowers, and they're always top sellers. So that's why Stampin' Up has so much variety when it comes to flowers in their catalog. I thought, great answer. So more flowers for you guys. Hi there, Joyce. So that is a reason why. And I think too with flowers, it is the versatility. There's something that's special, like tulips are special to me. If you saw my Dutch card, you'll know why. And some people love roses. So I think too, when we think flowers in general, but other people might look at flowers and go, well, it's not just a flower. That flower is more special to me than another one. So they bring in a lot of varieties when they also bring in different flowers too, which is good. So that is card number 1 for Sarah's virtual party today. And then I'll be back on Monday and Tuesday to do cards number 2 and 3 for her. And then I'll be done with her party and get started on January Stamp Camp. She will be holding her party open for the month, so that if you have or need time to order and such, just know that you'll have that time to do that. And but the way things go, you never know if things are going to sell out. So I still say order. If you know what you want, order soon so that nothing sells out, especially now with Stampin' Up! Saying no back orders. If it's in, you get it. If it's not, you don't get it. And earning celebration things, like if you get the whole suite of products, you're going to earn a couple celebration things. If you get one of the bundles, you're going to get one of them. And I don't want you to miss out on getting something free through celebration by ordering 2. And But with that, make sure and use her host code, and every hostess has a different host code, as well as my January Stamp Camp cards. And so as a thank you, if you order through Sarah's Party, you'll get all three of the cards that I'm making for her party free as a thank you from her and I. So minimum $25 order, use her host code, and you'll be set to get the cards for free. And we'll see you guys on Monday. Take care. Bye-bye.